How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Dave TV. Dave TV. How do you like these pants? They look a little big. I ordered these on eBay the other day. They're only $5. They're real nice. I like the fabric and I like the cut of them, but they're a little big. They're 36s and I'm like 30. They look a little big. And then, they're kind of, there's my feet. See? I get a lot of emails. People would say, hey, Dave, can you show us your feet? So there they are. I have big feet, actually. I have giant feet. Giant feet. I wear size 13 shoes, and I'm only like 5'6". And my friends will say, hey, and I come by my big boots and stuff. It looks like I'm wearing like a clown car stuff. Look like a clown, with big feet. So anyhow, so I tuck these pants in, even though these pants are like huge. At least I tuck them in the boots like that. So that doesn't look too bad, does it? Yeah, my big. Oh, I'm sorry. You dropped by a little early. I wasn't expecting you to visit Dave TV until a little later. So how you doing, everybody? It's Dave TV for the 5th of June, 2013. Let's get. We need more light. I guess I'm okay, right? Falling backwards. But I think these pants are okay, don't you? They're big, but as I say, if I wear the belt. I like pants with a lot of pockets in them too. These have a lot of pockets. That's what I like about them. So that's cool. Put my cell phone over here, my bottle of water over here. Okay, so one of the things I really liked about doing DCR TV is the cool memorabilia stuff I get from folks. Some really cool memories and stuff like that. So the other day I'm checking the old email, and I got an email from this guy named Oleg Semkoff. And Oleg just writes to say how much he really likes the website and all that. And he used to work at Channel 5, WTTG, way back in the 70s. And he sends me an email saying, hey, and I'll show you some of these pictures. They're very cool, actually. There he is, the bearded guy there. And, oh my God, look at that. That's George Allen. George Allen, the old Redskins coach. That's George Allen's father. The guy who's used to be in the Senate here for Virginia. Used to be the governor of Virginia. But that's the old Redskins coach, the dad, George Allen. But anyhow, Oleg tells us that very few people knew that David Eisenhower, remember he was the son-in-law of Richard Nixon. He was married to one of Richard Nixon's daughters. He gave advice to the Redskins. And there was actually talk of having him as maybe on the Channel 5 sports department. Coach Allen sacked the first director of the show. Really interesting stuff here. I'm reading through Alan Smith. Remember Alan Smith? He was an anchor over there at Channel 5. But some really, really cool stuff here. And here's Oleg there at the White House. And he tells me some stories there. Amy Carter, covering the Carter years. And some really cool stuff. And really nice stuff there. And there's a archives display featuring Oleg working on a documentary. So some really neat stuff there from him. And here he is working at a Betacam SP video deck at the National Archives 2 in College Park. So that's very cool. His career goes back to '61, and then he worked in Channel 5 at the former kinescope operator at Channel 5. Wow. And we're really cool stuff here. I'm going to reformat all this, and I'm going to get it up on DCRTV Plus as a tribute page. So I think that's the best way I can do this. There's some really cool stuff in here. Don't have the time to go through all of this, but some really cool stuff. You didn't know that David Eisenhower almost was going to do the sports on Channel 5. But again, here's the same time. It's the same time basically that Channel 5 is covering, the Nixon, the Watergate stuff, and it's kind of like a weird kind of a thing there. But that's some interesting trivia. I will get up a page on DCRTV Plus in the not too distant future and highlight some of Oleg's stuff there. It's really very cool. Oleg Semkoff. So yeah. I didn't know that. Widely known that President Nixon gave advice to the Reds. President Nixon gave advice to the Redskins. Hi, well, George, Dick Nixon here. Interesting. Let's look at some ratings trends. Some interesting stuff in the local ratings yesterday. We were looking at Mix 107.3 ever since Jack Diamond. Now, Jack Diamond got kind of the boot. Jack Diamond got the boot at the end of April. He didn't want to stay on and welcome Bert, so he got the boot. And they went a couple weeks with Rob Carson hosting the morning show, and then they kind of went into kind of a best of for Bert. And then Bert's new show started somewhere like around the 17th or something of May. So these ratings that came out yesterday for the third week of May, but they don't include the new Bert shows. They were only part of the best ofs there that week. Then they were really like old best ofs and all that. So RQX Mix 107.3's ratings did take a tumble, like from 10th to 17th in the 6+ numbers. Okay, and especially in the morning drive, they really did. As people were tuning out, wondering, gee, where Jack Diamond must really be gone. Now, I hear from the folks over there at Mix 107.3 that, you're going to expect that. You make a morning show change like that, and you have a little period in the middle, that you're going to have that in the ratings. That's probably one reason why they were going to pay Jack Diamond 6 figures to stick around and hang out with Bert the first week or two to kind of keep that. So they didn't have that. People would be tuning in to hear Bert, to hear Jack's retirement and all the memorabilia. And, it probably would have been good for Jack to do that. And he certainly would have 600, well, a 6-figure figure, right? Figure. So anyhow, in the 6+ numbers, there was a decline in RQX. So let's take a look at the money demo 2554 numbers. Now I'm looking at that. Hot 99.5 is at the top. HUR is second. TOP is third. Wash is fourth. This is for third week of May. WMAL is fifth. Now WMAL is doing a lot of promotional, pledge stuff, so that drops their ratings a little bit as people tune out from some of that. DC 101 sixth. KYS seventh. Okay, this is the money demo. MMJ also 7th. WI80 Fresh 94 7th. 9th. Big 10th. PRS Praise 11th. Elzal also 11th. Okay, RQX is 13th. So when you look at the money demo numbers, the drop isn't as serious as the 6+ numbers. That's interesting. When you look at what Mix 107.3 did, they dropped from about 10th place when Jack Diamond was on, down to 13th place during the interim period there in terms of full day. And the mornings, the drop isn't as significant. It's like, 10th to 13th. But when you look at those 6+ numbers, now what does that mean? It probably means, I don't know. Don't know. It probably means, that's probably good news. Money demo, if you have a less drop in the money demo, it probably means, that's the money demo. That's what advertisers like. Be interesting to see. So we won't really know. Again, these numbers sometimes jerk around week to week. So we're not going to really know for sure how the audience is going to react to the new Bert show. We shall see. So in another week or two, we'll have a better reading on how Bert's doing there and the post Jack Diamond era there at WRQX. Okay, 15th place MZQ in the money demo for the third week of May. JFK down to 16th place. That's not good. You know, it's not good. PGC 16th place tie. TEM 18th place. MAL 19th place in the money demo. Oh. Where's WNEW? Where's WNEW? Well, they're below WFRE in Frederick. They're below 98 Rock. They're below Wink in Winchester. They're even below WQSR. Do you know that WQSR Jack FM in Baltimore, the automated oldie station, automated classic hits, gets higher numbers than WNEW, the all newser. WNEW, the all newser, CBS, 27th place in the money demo for the third week of May, 26th place in mornings, 29th place in afternoons, and they're actually tied with WMAL Stream. There's as many people listening to WMAL on the computer or on their smartphones as listening to WNEW on the radio. Wow. Where's that WWRC, huh? Anybody listening? I'm going down here to 41st place. The WSPZ Sports Talk there on 570 and WFED at 41st place. I don't see WWRC, that great, powerful station that the Washington Times is now affiliated with. I don't even see them listed. Okay, nobody's listening. Wow. So what else is going on? Anything else? Oh, that's the big ratings numbers. Interesting. Rick Edelman. Rick does he does those. If you ever listen to WMAL on Saturday mornings, he does those financial advice shows. I like Rick. He seems to be a pretty right there guy. I don't have my financial stuff with Rick, but if I was going to redo it all today, I probably would go with Rick. And he seems like a nice guy, genuinely nice guy. Well, anyhow, he's paying upper six figures to slap his name on that new Loudoun County sports stadium it's going to be called Edelman Financial Field in Ashburn there. It's part of that new Loudoun OneCon complex there. So anyhow, 550-seat park that will basically be a home for the Loudoun Hounds baseball team and the Virginia Cavalry soccer team. They're just building the stadium now. I think it's not even supposed to be open until like next year at this time. But anyhow, it's going to be called Edelman Financial Field. So that will be that. Rick Edelman. I wonder if they're going to have a big picture of Rick Edelman there, right? Giant scoreboard, and there's Rick holding a wad of cash. You can be rich like me. Ed Norris, we're hearing, is going to be returning to 105.7 in mid-June. He, we told you back in April that he had the motorcycle mishap where there was a truck coming out and he avoided the truck and slid underneath and he wasn't at fault. It was the truck driver at fault. And he was airlifted to the medevac thing, the shock trauma, whatever, but he was okay. No serious injuries, but he did break a few ribs and he did bust his shoulder, so he had to go and have shoulder surgery in May. So that's what's delayed his retirement. His convalescence, retirement. So he's going to be back to 105.7 by mid-June. That's what we're hearing. I know some folks that have had shoulder injuries, and it is extraordinarily painful. You have to sleep sitting up. You can't lay down when you sleep, and it's terrible kind of thing. Lots of pain meds involved, I hear. Okay, so that's it. That's all we know. Don't forget, help support DCR TV. We're doing our spring fundraiser. That's one of our biggest fundraisers of the year. Most of our money we get here at DCR TV Funds come from either some advertisers or from you. We don't have a parent company, so help us out, okay? And then I won't have to buy $5 pants on eBay. But they're nice. They're cool. I like them. They're kind of baggy, but that's kind of the style, All right, folks. Thanks for watching Dave TV for the 5th of June. Live long and prosper.